Hello everyone, welcome to Sakhi Paper Studio, and this video is going to be a follow-up of the previous video in which I had shared a few things which I had packed because I was traveling, and most of the things which I had taken were sufficient. I think I'm going to repeat this process every time I travel for about 10 to 15 days. I did use a few things from this set. I didn't need to use this as much because most of the doodles I just left it as it is, which I will share right now. So here I made a few doodles in this sketchbook. I was practicing some watercoloring. I ended up enjoying creating these flowers. I did a brown watercolor wash on this paper just so that I can make tags or labels out of it later on. And this again I made the same thing in yellow color, but I did this activity with my sister and we both had so much fun doing it. So it's really simple. I'll make a separate tutorial on how to create these flowers. They're really fun to make, and when you have some like 10-15 minutes time with you, you can sit down with your watercolors. I think the best part of watercolors is that if you have a good quality cake and just a water brush, you will be good to go. You don't need a palette, you don't need anything else because the palette is already given here. All you need is some water, a spray water that you can even just with the help of water brush itself, you can just squeeze some water like this onto the cake and then you are good to go. You can even mix two colors in the palette given right here and create more new colors. And for wiping off the extra paint, you can always use a tissue paper. If you are not going to carry a rag with you while traveling, you can use a tissue paper. So that was really handy, and these watercolors are by Itsy Bitsy, by the brand Little Birdie. So they have a sub brand if I'm not wrong. So Little Birdie is from Itsy Bitsy and they have beautiful sets of colors. There are many other different brands. I think Brusho has, and a lot of brands are there available in the market. Okay, so this activity I did at home in my native. And in my journal, so I did go through a few things. So I did a bit of journaling using pictures and using different colored pens which I was carrying with me, and also there were times when I just left things as it is because I didn't know what to do. So if my heart is not calling out to do something, I'll just leave it blank. Maybe I come back later and do something around on this page. I like to go back and reflect on what are the things that I've written. So here are some of the note papers. This is one more layout that I made. I left it blank because I want to add a picture which I spotted in my hometown. So there was a beautiful bird in the garden while I was walking and I clicked a picture. I'm going to take a printout out of it. I'll put it here. And also I did a bit of cooking, so both the things I will put it here and I'll journal about it later on. I watched a few movies with my sister. These are already watched by me earlier, so we just sat down and she had not watched the movies, so we just sat down and spent some time with each other. And these are just some grateful writing from JYHO challenges which I was completing. And this I was trying. So basically I had put up a WhatsApp post asking that what is the material do you think I have used right here. So I was trying to create a rainbow, and what happened, accidentally I used a wrong color. So then I used a whitener, and on top of whitener, once it got dried, I tried to do some scribbling once again. But then since the whitener is like POP in texture, the pen got easily rubbed off, and that made me realize that okay, then probably if this is the the result which I'm getting by adding whitener and gel pens, probably I can make some doodles out of it. So that is what I did right here. I try to create doodles on white color whitener. So I just went ahead and circled using a whitener and added gel pens, made some doodle drawings using a marker, because a marker will not rub off but a gel pen will rub off. So this is something which I found out, which was something really fun and unique, and I practiced some doodling. So I don't spend much time on journaling, probably in a day 15-20 minutes or half an hour. If I have good amount of time, I'll probably spend 1.5 hours. And yeah, so then this is the grateful page. Once again, there were some things going on in India, so I was just writing a few things down. Some more writing, some more doodling, and there are times when I don't get time to decorate, and that's completely fine. I allow myself that much time. So these are just something which I write down without decorating, and that's fine. I just left this this page blank because I didn't know what to write. Some more journaling. This is art journal, the video you've already seen on my YouTube channel, and this is a new challenge that JYHO and my dear friend and Sakhi Piyu has come up with, and we are truly enjoying. I'll share more on that later, but yeah, so this is what it is. Now the thing I want to share in this video most importantly is because many of them, they ask that why don't you journal your emotions, because there's always to do and there's always artistic work, but I hardly ever write down my emotions. So now the thing is, I have been writing since school, probably on and off. I didn't get into proper journaling techniques up until 2016, but when I was in school, when I was in college, I used to write down emotions in my diary. Now the thing is, the drawback of that writing of emotions is that when you look back to those emotions, you realize that that is not you. Okay, because you feel a certain emotion for a very short period of time. For example, if I am feeling angry or if I am feeling jealous, so what happens is, I am not jealous. Okay, the moment I associate the word I to that emotion, I bring that emotion and attach it with myself. But is that true? No. So what I did was, I started collecting papers like this through couriers or random papers which are not going to be used anyways. I collect them and I keep it. So before I came into proper journaling techniques, I would write down the emotions on the paper, just scribble it randomly. Whatever is coming out, I'll just write down, and then I'll just tear it off once I'm happy, once I'm content. So I'll just tear it out and I will throw it in the dustbin. So there are two or three benefits out of this technique. One is that you don't associate yourself with that emotion that much, which is required to bring out clarity within you. Because the moment that emotion is gone, you are able to see yourself, you are able to see the situation from a whole different perspective. It's almost like a helicopter view. That is one benefit. Second, you are not storing your emotions in a diary. That's fine. You don't have a separate locker with a key, that you'll keep your diary inside and lock it and keep it safe so that your emotions are safe. No, you want your emotions to pass so that you're able to see things more clearly. And hence I came up with this technique. And so yeah, if this technique is helpful for anyone, where you can just scribble down whenever you feel like, when your emotions are too much to handle for yourself, you tear it and then just throw it away. Hope this helps. Hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Any inputs, any new ideas or techniques that you think are really good, please put it down in the comment section. This is only from journal perspective that I'm sharing. because the writing, the paper writing, if you're new into journaling, if you're new into adding creative elements to your journals, if you're a beginner at all of these, this technique might help. And then what you're left with is clarity and purpose, and that you can note it down, how you want your routine to be set, like how you want to progress ahead. So all that you can do. And the biggest myth when people talk that your pages should look colorful or really beautiful. No, I love creativity. I love adding colors to my paper, and that is the only reason I use note papers, I use sketch pens, because I like to feel colorful. This is my creative ability more, and that's the only reason I use these things. But there are a lot of people, trust me. I'll leave a link down below for the WhatsApp group for women who want to try out journaling, because my friend Piyu, she has a wonderful group where people are sharing different ideas, different techniques, and coming up with different solutions to their daily progresses. And it's a high power, positive packed group. So if you don't try, you don't know, please join the group. Here's a shout out to Piyu for coming up with such a beautiful idea. Journal Your Heart Out is the community on WhatsApp. And yes, hope this video helps every one of you. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video next week. Till then, take care everyone. Bye.